If you are considering applying for an education loan, one of the first questions you'll have is, what documents do I need to submit? The documentation process can vary depending on whether you are applying for a domestic loan or planning to study abroad. Hi everyone, I am Simran, co-founder at Epicred and your trusted guide through the education loan process. In today's video, we are going to walk you through all the necessary documents you will need for your education loan application. We will break down the specific documents for both the domestic and the international education loans. Plus, we will give you important details on the role of collateral and the co-applicant, which are the key components of the loan application process. So let's get started. No matter whether you are studying in India or abroad, there are some basic documents that you will need for the education loan application. First up, you'll need the loan application form, which is provided by the bank or the financial institution. This form captures all your basic details like your personal information, course details and your financial situation. You will also need to submit the identity proof. For the Indian students, an Aadhaar card works well. For students applying to study abroad, a passport is also required. Other acceptable form of ID include your voter ID, your driving license or any other government issued photo ID card. Next, you'll need to provide the proof of your address. This could be your utility bill like the electricity or gas bill and your Aadhaar card if you haven't used it as an ID card proof, or a rental agreement if it's applicable. Along with that, you will need a few recent passport size photos, usually 2 to 3 according to the bank's requirement. If you are planning to apply for an education loan to study in India, the document requirements are relatively straightforward, but having everything in order will make the process much faster. First, you'll need your academic documents. This includes a confirmed admission letter from the institution you'll be attending, as well as your mark sheets and certificate from the last few years, like your 10th, 12th and graduation mark sheets if applicable. You'll also need to submit any entrance exam scores like JEE, NEET, CAT, GRE or GMAT. You'll also need a course brochure from your institution which outlines the course details such as duration, subjects and cost. In addition to this, you'll need the fee structure which should list your tuition fees, hostel fees and any other associated costs. This can be provided by your college or university. If you are applying with a co-applicant, you will need their documents as well. These will include their identity proofs like Aadhaar card, passport or voter ID card, and their income proofs such as salary slips for the last 3 months, income tax returns for the last 2-3 years, Form 16 and the bank statement for the last 6 months in case the co-applicant is employed. But if your co-applicant is a business owner, they will also need to provide the business income tax returns for the last 2-3 years. If you are using property as a collateral, you will need to submit the title deed, sale deed and the property tax receipts to prove your ownership. If the property is already under a loan, the details of the outstanding amount will also be needed. Other common types of collaterals are the fixed deposits or the life insurance policies. If you are pledging a fixed deposit, you will need to provide the fixed deposit receipt issued by the bank. If you are using the life insurance as collateral, you'll need to provide the policy document with the details of the surrender value of the policy. Now, if you are planning to study abroad, the documentation process becomes more comprehensive. Here is a detailed list of documents you'll need for an education loan when studying abroad. First, just like for domestic loans, you will need an admission letter, but this one will come from a foreign university. You'll also need a detailed breakdown of your course fee structure, including the tuition, living expenses and other expenses. Additionally, the standardized test scores such as GRE, GMAT, IELTS, TOEFL, SAT, depending upon your course and the destination country, will be required. When applying for an education loan, your co-applicant, typically a parent or the guardian, will need to provide the proof of income to support the loan application, and if your co-applicant is employed, they'll need to submit the salary slip for the last 3 months, income tax returns for the past 2-3 years and Form 16 for the salaried individuals. Additionally, the bank statement for the last 6 months are required to show the financial stability and the regular income of the co-applicant. For the business owners, the necessary documents include the income tax returns for the last 2-3 years and the relevant business financial statement. For international loans, a valid passport is mandatory along with a visa application or visa approval notice, as these will help confirm your identity and the travel plans. If you are using collateral for your abroad studies loan, the same types of collateral documents apply as for the domestic loans. You may need property documents, fixed deposit receipts and the life insurance policies. Just like for the domestic loans, make sure these these documents are clear, up to date and free from any legal dispute. Now that we have covered the specific documents, let's make a moment to talk about the role of collateral and co-applicants, the two important factors that can influence the approval and the terms of your loan. Collateral is often required when you are applying for a larger loan, particularly for studying abroad. It provides assurance to the lender that the loan will be repaid. If you are using a collateral, make sure all the related documents like the property titles, the fixed deposit receipts are in order, up to date and free from any legal disputes. Lenders prefer clean and undisputed ownership of assets for the processing of loan. And for the co-applicant, as they play a crucial role in the loan process, the co-applicant shares the responsibility of repaying the loan, which is why it's important to choose someone with a stable income and a good credit score. A strong co-applicant can significantly increase your chances of loan approval and help you secure more favorable loan terms such as lower interest rates. So that covers everything you need to know about the documents required for an education loan, whether you are dreaming in India or abroad. It may seem like a lot at first, but don't worry, at Epic Red we make the process easy for you. We help you compare lenders, guide you through the documentation process and ensure that you have everything in place for a smooth loan application experience. If you need any help or have any questions about the documents or the loan process, feel free to reach out to us. We are here to help every step of the way. Thank you so much for watching the video. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share and subscribe for more content like this.